Hey everyone, welcome. It is episode 15 of Tough Bumps. My name is Matt Connerton, and my partner in crime in this endeavor, all the way from Iowa, Eric Pilcher is here. Hello, Eric.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. I don't know what our live viewership will be like today, obviously, because as we're doing this, WWE's Clash in Paris is ongoing. Jenny and I were
And,
watching, but we can
and
always
it's
we paused it.
and it's Notre Dame game day.
Oh
You know,
wow! So even busier for you, I presume.
6:30 tonight. Catholics versus convicts.
So what do you do at that point? Do you just watch Clash later? Does the game come first or?
Oh yeah, the game
Yeah,
comes first.
that's what I figured.
Absolutely. I'll probably read the recap for Clash and
Yeah,
get a feel of what matches I want to see.
yeah,
And then I'll watch the matches I want to see. These international cards don't do it for me
right.
because there isn't any like there isn't a chance of anything really big happening.
Hmm, yeah,
There like in the main event, there's zero chance that the title changes hands.
right.
So why am I going to watch? Is it going to be a good match? Yes, because you have four very good wrestlers in it. And yeah, it's going to be good, but I can watch a good match between those four on Monday Night Raw. I don't need to watch an international card to see that.
True.
So yeah, I don't know. I will watch it. I'm not opposed or against watching it because it's not happening in Riyadh.
Riyadh. Yeah.
Yeah, Riyadh. So
Well, so we have a few things for the undercard, and obviously our main event this week. It won't surprise anyone is going to be Raja Jackson.
it's a pivot. It's a pivot. If people recall, we were going to do Gone but Not Forgotten,
Oh, that's right. Yes.
and this is just there are times in the business that we do, Matt, and I know you'll agree with this, where we have to pivot,
Yes,
where we
that is true. That is quite true. Well, because we were just talking about, I figured it would make sense for our first subject to be, and there she is for those of you watching live, Stephanie McMahan in the wrestling news this week. And this relates to what we were talking about watching things internationally and so forth, because Stephanie made a comment on her podcast. So she's actually got two ventures going, right? So she's got Stephanie's Places, that show, and she's got the podcast. I forget what the podcast is called now.
tell me your story.
Tell me your story. And she was talking about the deal for which has been accelerated for those who don't know. So this will be the Clash, right? This is the last pay-per-view on Peacock, and then it goes to ESPN or PLE. Sorry, I'm living in the past.
Yes, it
Um,
does.
but
I
yes,
actually want to tell people something. I
yes.
share a Hulu membership with someone,
Y-
and they have ESPN Plus in their bundle
Oh,
and got automatically upgraded to the ESPN Unlimited.
really?
Yes.
Interesting. Hmm.
If you have the bundle that has Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus,
Yeah.
you get automatically upgraded to ESPN Unlimited because it's the same price.
Okay.
They're running a special now where if you sign up and get for all three, you get it for $28.99 a month for 1 year.
Mm. Okay.
So there you go. No need to be pirates or VPN raiders.
Ahoy, matey. Well, Stephanie, I feel, as I was telling you before the show, I feel vindicated because Stephanie McMahon actually said on her podcast regarding this matter, because obviously a lot of people, including people like me, for example, who don't have ESPN, who don't watch any sports, wrestling is the only
You
thing that comes
exist.
close to a sport. What's that?
You exist.
Well, yes, there are those of us who only watch wrestling but do not enjoy legitimate sporting contests. Yeah, maybe a little UFC, although I haven't even watched UFC in a long time. But Stephanie
You'll
McMahon.
have to now. It'll be free
Oh
on
well,
Paramount Plus.
Oh, okay. Well, Stephanie made a comment on her podcast that you can always get a VPN and just watch and so I feel vindicated because Stephanie McMahan, the wife of Paul Triple H Levesque, who I'll just remind everyone briefly is originally from Nashua, New Hampshire. Stephanie has said, "Hey, why don't you just get a VPN?" So, yeah, so that's still the plan. Now I do believe though, uh, isn't her podcast sponsored by one of the big VPNs?
Yes, and she actually shared a code where you could get a discount on the
Did
VPN.
did she really?
Yes, she
That's
did.
that's awesome.
No, that's not awesome.
I love Stephanie McMahon, and I always have, to
The
be honest. But
conservative
but
in me is going to come out right here.
I thought you
I
were
know
more of
you,
a centrist these days. No,
yeah, centrist,
okay,
but the conservative side. I say center right,
center right. Okay,
center right. You say center left, and I like that, so I adopted it. Center right.
gotcha. Okay.
Um, I Triple H, check your wife.
Oh,
Get this woman under control.
oh my
Eh,
goodness.
What is she doing? I guarantee you she got an ass chewing and not the kind Paul gives her in the bedroom, Matt.
Well, I don't know if I don't know if our friend Triple H is his heart is not what it once was. He's got to be better be careful in terms of anything too strenuous. But yeah, so
Hey, if Stephanie ever needs a younger buck, she can give me a call.
apparently the code is code Steph, and you can get a VPN. That is the
See?
code.
Code Steph.
I love Stephanie McMahon. Thank you, Stephanie. You've made all
You,
our
you,
lives better.
no, my life is just the same. I have a bum shoulder,
My
and
life
I'm
is
doing
better.
a podcast. Like there is no change in my life right now.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. This is there's an article here from WrestlingNewsSource.com. Stephanie McMahon's VPN ad read reportedly raises eyebrows at ESPN. So just to be clear, this was an actual ad read. This wasn't even an ad that just happens to run during her podcast. This is this is an actual ad read, which means she was actually reading the ad on the air. Fantastic.
You know
I
what?
love
I'm
it.
Team ESPN in this. Keep
Yeah.
your mouth shut.
Oh,
Don't ruin this.
I think it's great.
I actually have given ESPN Unlimited a whirl
Yeah.
this weekend.
Did you?
I love it. I love
Well,
it. I wouldn't spend $30 a month on it,
no.
but it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't spend any money on it because I'm not a sports fan, but I am willing to pay, I'm willing to use code Steph and get myself a cheap VPN. Thank you, Stephanie.
Like, is it a cheap VPN or is it a free VPN?
I
Like,
don't think I don't think it's free, is it, with the code? If it's free, that's even better. Hell. Hell yeah.
you know what? I That's all you. You can give it a try and report back to us. I'm not even gonna tinker with this.
Yeah.
I'm
For
a
anyone who
man.
doesn't
I'm a man of principle and scruples. I can be ramrodded with fees and
right.
just be totally content with it.
Right. Okay.
I
All
mean,
right.
not content. I mean, I gripe every time I'm at work and I get a notification. HBO Max charged you 1069. Uh you were charged $7 for uh Peacock. I get Paramount Plus free because I have Walmart Plus because I have my groceries delivered.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm bougie like that.
Wow. Look at you.
I get my groceries delivered.
I think I should just leave Stephanie's picture there for the rest of the show. What do you think? In
I
honor
don't
of her.
think I
She's a
don't
great
think
woman.
as beautiful as she is,
Hmm.
I don't think she would want to be associated with the main event because WWE has already cut ties with the main event.
That's a good point. That
Yeah,
is a very good point.
and
We will
I
honor
don't.
that.
Stephanie Smack scares me.
Oh yeah, yeah. She's got the best smack in the business. Or
Yeah,
slap. Should say
Oh
slap.
man,
Saying smack makes it sound like she's
she gets
dealing
that.
drugs or something. The
She
best.
gets that. She gets that pivot with that wrist.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And oh man,
yep.
I tell you, in my younger days, that might have been a turn on.
Sure, sure.
Like, hey,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
you know,
Well,
that
all
that
right.
might be for Matt Connerton Unsheathed.
Yes, Matt Connerton Unsheathed, which is only available on the dark web. I can't even tell you whether or not it is available
No,
on a streaming service. I'm
well,
legally prohibited.
everyone use code Matt to get into Matt Connerton Unsheathed.
Hmm.
I'm going to be the Stephanie McMahan of this podcast and
Well,
give you the code to get into it. Use code Matt.
mm-hmm. All right, fair enough.
And if you use code RatsoFatso, you get your first month for free.
Hmm. That's right.
Did I just see you drinking a can of Coke Zero Sugar?
Yes.
You come at me for Mountain Dew.
It's got sugar in it, doesn't it?
No, this is zero sugar.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, I just don't like
Like,
Mountain Dew personally, but
Mountain Dew is just pure Americana.
I might be jaded a little bit. I might have when I was in high school, all the jocks would walk around school all day chewing tobacco and spitting it into their empty Mountain Dew bottles, and so that might have jaded me a little bit. Like for real, like it was nasty.
There was. I'll tell my Mountain Dew story since you told yours. Mine's awesome.
Okay, we'll say goodbye to Stephanie. Bye, Steph. She's a
Bye,
great woman.
Steph.
Great woman.
Very beautiful. I would, there was a year, I want to say spring of 98, when Mountain Dew had a promotion where every bottle of Mountain Dew or Diet Mountain Dew, you bought a bottle, and on the cap, it had a college basketball team.
Hmm.
If that team won the NCAA tournament, you sent in your cap and you were sent a free jersey, but you were also entered into $1 million drawing.
Oh, wow.
So that year, Duke was the presumptive favorite.
Yeah.
People would put $5 in the vending machine at school, get 5 bottles just to try to get the Duke cap.
Yeah.
Huh. Funny enough, I got the Duke cap.
Yeah.
The day after they lost in the
Oh.
Sweet 16 to Kentucky.
Yeah.
And then after the contest was over, I bought another bottle because at that point I'm addicted to Mountain Dew.
Yep.
And I had to drink Diet Mountain Dew because I had braces. And you
Oh.
can't have regular Mountain Dew with braces.
Yeah. Why
So
can't you have regular Mountain Dew with braces?
the sugar sticks to the braces themselves and can corrode your teeth.
Oh, no kidding. Interesting.
You're not supposed to have regular soda with braces.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know that.
Supposed to be diet.
Oh, wow.
So after the contest was over, I was seeing my aunt and uncle in Connecticut. I opened a bottle and just out of habit, I looked at the cap and it said Kentucky U. Kentucky won the national championship that year.
Oh, really? Oh,
I threw the whole bottle out the window
yeah.
into a ditch because I was just so mad.
Yeah.
A full bottle, but
Yeah.
that greatly contributed to my Mountain Dew, my love of Mountain Dew.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what they do. They get you hooked. It's good promotion. Well,
We should try to get this podcast sponsored by Mountain Dew.
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't serve any benefit to you, but I'd take it.
Sure. I'd like to get a VPN to sponsor us, but
we'll discuss that off air.
Well, should we move on to new? We got kind of a double barrel of Vince.
Maybe
Vince
we
McMahan.
shouldn't use the terminology double barrel on this one.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Triple, really, because there's also news about his car accident. Apparently, he's trying to have the whole thing thrown out, but
Of
whatever.
course he is. Why wouldn't he?
An 80-year-old man probably shouldn't be driving. But there's a new story, and we'll get her up here. Ashley Massaro.
Oh,
Um, she had made some allegations, apparently privately to some people. I forget exactly. Ashley Massaro, of course. When did she pass away?
let me take. I can get that.
Was it about 10 years? I feel like it was about 10 years ago, right?
No, I feel it was a lot sooner.
Oh, was
Yeah,
it?
May of 2019.
Oh, 2019. Okay, it seemed like it was longer ago. The pandemic really screwed up time perception for a lot of people, I think. So right before the pandemic actually, if it was 2019. So after she had passed away that we found out that she had all the terrible things that happened to her. She had been a victim of sexual assault in, was it Saudi Arabia?
Allegedly,
Allegedly, during what
allegedly.
during
We
during
gotta say allegedly.
yeah, during the one of those tribute to the troops shows that they used to do, WWE used to do. Um and now there's a story that she actually on a plane trip. I assume it was that same trip. Do we know
No,
that?
no,
Different trip?
it was a different trip. It was an
Okay.
international tour.
Okay.
They didn't do international tours for tribute to the troops. It was go there, do the show, come back.
Gotcha. So they were on a plane for this international tour, and Vince McMahon said, everybody can go ahead, head on off the plane, but I'm going to stay back here with Ashley.
Well, but no, the allegation is a former writer made the allegation, and I actually have the article pulled up.
Okay.
Basically, the former writer is Dan Saint Germain. He appeared as a guest on the B and Ian with Jordan podcast, whatever the hell that is.
Yeah.
Um, basically, Germain spoke of the incident, and I'll apologize in advance. There is going to be some sexually graphic not statements here, just quoting verbatim. Jermaine said that narrating the incident, how he started fingering Ashley Massaro on the flight. And upon reaching their destination, they were all ordered to get on the runway and watch them do it. He said they were on a European trip, and Vince started fingering Ashley Massaro on the flight. And then Vince goes when they get on the tarmac, all right, everyone, get on the tarmac. They all went on the tarmac and watched as the fucked plane bounced back and forth. He is an absolute maniac.
Jesus. Um. Yeah. Have you? Oh, go ahead.
No, no, you can go.
I was curious if you had ever seen that segment that they did. I don't remember which show it was on that WWE did where Vince was very mean, very very mean on camera and humiliated Ashley Massaro. Do you know the segment I'm talking about?
I vaguely, I think if we talk about Vince humiliating a female, the more infamous one is the
Oh,
Trish.
Trish Stratus, of course. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
another very humiliating incident with Ashley Massaro that allegedly, according to the timeline that people have pieced together, came after she said, "No, I'm not going to be your side chick anymore," or whatever, or ever. But I think now we know that apparently something did allegedly happen between them. I'm not sure why this writer would make that up, so it sounds credible. And everything about the story sounds consistent with what we know about Vince McMahon. So, but he is the only person no one's corroborated this specific story yet, correct?
No, no one has. Uh, you know, I mean, one, it's unfortunate because um Ashley Massaro died due to suicide.
Hmm.
And um I mean, you know, and
She was
there are other women that have Hannah Kimura and Daphne as well that, you know, eh, you you hear these stories and you're like, man, why didn't anyone say anything? Why didn't anyone do anything? Why
Mhm.
didn't, you know, because even then when it happened, you should have a sense of moral obligation. Um
It's amazing what people can look the other way on, though. You know what this reminds me of, because when this story broke, when this story broke originally, and this doesn't have to do with wrestling, but college football, because I had just started Matt Connerton Unleashed as a podcast. It was the summer of 2011, and it was shortly after that. And I remember yelling about this on the podcast, Sandusky, and that guy Mike McQuethy, who walked in on
Mike
Sandusky. McQuarrie?
McQuarrie,
I thought it was McQuethy. It's McQuarrie?
McQuarrie.
Okay. So Mike McQuarrie walks in on Sandusky, raping a child, and goes to tell Joe Paterno. And I just remember screaming into the microphone over this, like, how do you not go to the police when you see
But
something like
Matt,
that?
I,
What is the malfunction? And there's no excuse in my
here,
mind for, you walk in on somebody raping a child, you go to the police. I don't care who it is, you know,
one, yeah,
and I
yeah,
don't mean to sidetrack us, but I'm just but these are the thoughts I have when I hear about,
yeah,
these terrible things that happen to people, and people see this
you
and they
gotta.
just fucking look the other way. It's like, why? It's
I'm not
horrible.
uh, one. I'm the token sports guy on this show.
Yes.
So I, you gotta understand Penn State at that point in time. Yeah, there's, and this isn't, what happened at Penn State was deplorable,
Of
just
course.
awful.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to construe that I'm defending Graham Spaniard or anyone involved in this.
Yeah.
There was a pecking order at Penn State, especially within Penn State football. Joe Paterno was judge, jury, executioner.
Mhm.
You did not deviate from that. Matt McQuarrie was a former player, a graduate assistant. You, I'm going to guess that and he stated this, that he felt he did his responsibility
Yeah, I know. I
by
remember
reporting
he
it
said
to
that.
Paterno.
Yep.
And then people are like, well, did Paterno fulfill his moral obligation? Yeah. I think Paterno, with his advanced age, did what he felt was appropriate. Because in his time, people didn't talk about this. And if you read articles about Paterno at that point in time, there you could argue very diminished mental faculties about it. There are articles that during this, he didn't have an idea what was going on. The movie Paterno HBO made, where Al Pacino plays Joe Paterno, brilliant film. Everyone should, if you want a greater understanding. His family's trying to talk to him about this, and he says, I'm preparing for Northwestern. I don't know what you guys are talking about."
Mhm.
So, look, the fact that Joe should have reported it to police and done more. I think McQuarrie did what he thought was best. Um, and unfortunately, there was probably a lot of fear that he had about, man, if I go above Joe, what's this do to my coaching career? What's this do to my
Oh, sure. Yeah,
life?
he was worried about himself. Yeah.
I
No, I
mean,
get it.
and
You
I mean,
walk you walk into a shower and somebody's raping a child, you don't worry about yourself.
well,
That's a
I,
scumbag move on his part. You go to the fucking police.
I get that. This is more devil's advocate
Okay.
on
Okay.
why he didn't. I'm not defending him not going to police.
Okay, good.
Devil's advocate
Okay.
is
No, I
that
I've heard his excuses, yeah.
and he in sworn court documents, this is the part I don't like. He
Mhm.
said, I didn't really know what I saw. There's no ambiguity
No.
between what you saw. And I do believe the moment he realized that nothing was being done, he should have done something more.
Yeah,
But that whole situation is a mess. It was mishandled by everyone, including the NCAA when they handed down the punishment.
sure.
Because you
Yeah.
punished individuals that had nothing to do with it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, they
But
took away bowl games from the kids, and it's like those kids didn't go to school then. And I get a punishment had to be levied, but the punishment was you're punishing kids that were still either in middle school or high school when this happened.
yeah,
None of it felt right to me.
right. Yeah. No, I get
But
that.
but yeah, the situations are glaringly similar. The only difference is we don't vilify Vince McMahon like we do Joe Paterno.
Well, we do. I mean,
We do.
you and I
I'm
certainly
saying
do.
I'm
But
saying the
but
common pro wrestling fan doesn't vilify Vince like they should.
right, right.
They vilify Stephanie. They vilify Paul Levesque. They vilify Nick Khan. They vilify Endeavor.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
we
true.
don't know what happened. The man shit on a woman. Like what?
Yeah.
What
And
world are we living in?
just to clarify for people listening, that's referring to Janelle Grant, not Ashley Massaro. Although God
I
only
mean,
knows what he did with Ashley Massaro.
I mean,
Whatever it
like,
was, it caused her massive PTSD. I have no doubt about that. I don't.
well,
We'll never know if that contributed to her suicide directly, but it very well might have, and that's disturbing as
I'm
hell.
gonna guess that it didn't help. I
Yeah.
mean, not to sound cold and callous on that, it certainly didn't make things better.
No, we'll never
I
know.
mean,
We'll never know. But
I think the rape, uh, I mean, it's alleged, but how would you feel going to your boss? Allegedly, she went to Vince and told Vince about it, and Vince is like, "Well, we have a good relationship over there. We don't want to rock the boat on this."
oh, you're talking about when? Oh, right, when Ashley Massaro about the sexual assault in Saudi Arabia. Was it Saudi or was it Kuwait or where was it
It was,
exactly? I don't even
l-
remember now. But it
let
was on
me.
one of those. It was
I
on one of
have it.
those
If you
tribute
wanna,
tribute to the troops shows. But yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't. That detail doesn't
it
necessarily
was
matter. But the point,
WWE tour of Kuwait.
Kuwait. Okay.
A man posing as a doctor. In that WWE apologized but persuaded her not to report it to the appropriate authorities as they
Yeah.
didn't want it to affect the company's relationship with the military.
Right. Right. Yeah. Which is disgusting. So disgusting. Yeah. I mean, whenever, and by the way, I mean, just I think probably good advice for anyone in any kind of employment situation when you have someone in authority telling you, "Hey, please don't go to the police about this. It's going to mess things up
Go
for us."
to the police.
Yeah.
I mean, even in a Penn State situation, no, that's inexcusable because
Right.
you're not the situation isn't going to be made better. Predators don't just stop.
Right. Right.
They don't just sit there and say, "Oh, hey, guess what? I've got my fill."
Right. No, as long as there's no
No.
consequences, they'll continue. And even if there are consequences, they might continue. But
Well, there were consequences for Sandusky, and he kept going.
yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Yep.
he lost his locker room privileges,
Yep.
so he just took him on vacations and did it elsewhere.
Yep. Yep.
Um, did it in swimming pools in hotels.
Yep.
Wrote a book called Touched.
Yep. Yes, he did.
Yeah. So
So,
if
yeah.
you look, if anyone out there sees anything or knows anything regarding sexual assault or anything,
Hmm.
report it
Yep.
to the authorities.
Yep.
Because then you can say, if anything, the smallest, I did my part.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. If for no, if for no other reason, even selfishly, so you can have a clear conscience. How
Yeah.
anyone can know about this
Do,
stuff and not say anything, I don't know how they
do
sleep at
you
night.
and again, we reference the Penn State fallout because there hasn't been a fallout in regards to Vince and his proclivities. He made billions when he sold WWE and left. He still has stock in TKO.
Well, there has been some fallout. I mean, they don't have anything to do with him. They don't acknowledge him. They don't,
But
they don't
a
put him
guy
on.
like Vince,
They keep him at arm's length.
a guy like Vince, do you think he really cares? I mean, I'm sure the ego part of him is upset,
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I would think so.
but he still has his mansion.
Oh yeah. At the end of the day, he's fine.
Hmm.
Yeah, true.
And he doesn't have to deal with the stress of the. He doesn't have to deal with the stress anymore.
Yeah. Well, should we? Would that might be a good segue into the birthday parties since we're talking about Vince, right?
Oh boy, yeah, let's go.
So apparently, this picture was taken by, well, not taken by Jerry the King Lawler, but this was something that he had posted, correct, on his Instagram,
Yes.
and was asked to remove it by someone. I don't know if we know who said, "Hey, can you take that down?" But this is from Vince McMahon's 80th birthday party. I guess Vince didn't want to be photographed himself, probably because if you saw Vince in the Hulk Hogan documentary on TMZ, he looked like a bloated corpse. But Vince is very strange looking these days. But so here's this picture. Let's see. So we have The Miz and Maurice from left to right. Titus O'Neil, Jerry the King Lawler, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre all attending Vince's 80th birthday party. By the way, reports from the party were that Vince is looking very old and kind of rough.
Teddy Long has pushed back against that, saying he looked fine.
Really?
His face might have been a little swole or something like that, but he looked nice to me.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. So now, do we know John Cena was there too, right?
Triple H was present. Stephanie McMahon did not attend.
Triple H? I didn't think Triple H was there. Triple H was there?
Yes. According to
Oh,
Teddy Long,
really?
Jelly
Oh,
Roll. Entertainment for the weekend included Jelly Roll and an all black choir. Well, brother, good thing the Hulkster's dead because he wouldn't have supported that.
no, he would not have. No, I don't know. He would have been fine with it as long as none of them were brought a white woman with them to the event. That was his
Maybe
line in the
they were.
sand.
Hey, maybe they were $1 million basketball players, Matt. He seemed to like them.
Yes, that's true. That's true. You ever watch? I might have asked you this once before. JD from NY, his YouTube channel.
I do not.
You don't like people with New York accents, correct?
I hate New York in general.
That's what I thought. So JD from NY has a pretty thick New York
If I were to
accent.
stick an enema into the United States of America, it would go into New York City.
Okay, not Pittsburgh.
That's my not Pittsburgh. I'm
Okay,
paraphrasing the great Bret Hart there.
I know. Yeah.
I hate New York.
So JD from NY, he's got some really good takes. So I enjoy his content, and I tend to agree with him on things. And he really went off about this party. He basically went off on everyone who went and said, "Why do these guys want to be associated with a scumbag like Vince McMahon?" He's been very tough on Vince, and he says they don't owe him anything. Do they feel like they owe him something for their careers because they don't. You know, Vince made millions of dollars off of these people. So Vince benefited from them just as much as they benefited from him. So why do they feel like they have to, like they're somehow obligated to go to his party? And when JD says it, though, it's very entertaining. I know you don't like New York accents, but you might want to check out JD from NY. You might enjoy him. But
Well, I mean, look, my hatred for New York notwithstanding.
yes,
Here are some of the names in attendance: The
okay.
Undertaker, John Cena, JBL, Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, Maurice, Titus O'Neil, and Bruce Pritchard. More current WWE talent were also present, though not named directly.
Oh,
Um, those who showed up weren't met with universal approval. Fightful spoke to several wrestlers and insiders who expressed mixed feelings
hmm,
about attending a party for a man currently embroiled in serious legal trouble.
yeah,
Some of the attendees admitted there was a moral conflict in even showing up. One source said, "A lot of people here feel like they owe Vince something, even though he made his money back on them tenfold."
right.
Another WWE talent who chose not to attend told Fightful that some wrestlers are waiting to see how the court case plays out before making decisions about their relationship with McMahon. They explained that's what they'd want if the shoe was on the other foot. There was no official WWE involvement, and this article reports top company execs like Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, and Nick Khan were not in attendance. A higher up told some talent it was their personal choice whether to attend or not.
Yeah, TKO didn't tell anybody not to go, in other words, right?
Right.
They didn't forbid anybody from going. But see, that's where the conflict is over Triple H, because according to that report, Triple H was not there, but Teddy Long says Triple H was there.
Yes.
Okay,
Um,
interesting.
me personally, um, I I want to tread cautiously here.
Hmm.
Um, oh, this is hard to say. I think Teddy might have been mistaken. I
Yeah,
don't think Triple H would go.
yeah, I don't
Um,
either, and I don't think he'd even be able to.
I
Just with he's a busy guy.
well, I don't know. I think it's one of those things that, how do I say this delicately?
You don't have to
I
be
think it's one
delicate.
of those. Yeah, I think it's one of those things that Triple H probably has in his head. Fuck Vince.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Triple H, I think, is done with Vince. I think he's
Yeah,
in the same boat as Steph on
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Allegedly,
you,
there's some estrangement there, and how could there not be? With what Vince is accused of, you want that guy around his grand,
while you were married, and while you were married to their their mother,
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Stephanie and Shane's mother,
like,
yeah.
and I think and I can't speak for Stephanie or Shane, but I think this is kind of a straw that broke the camel's back type deal. Like,
Yeah.
you did the Playboy interview where you admitted you were unfaithful and bragged about it essentially.
Mhm.
And now this. Like, the Playboy interview was bad enough, but
Yeah.
now your depravity is coming out. And
Yeah.
then when someone's current sins come out, past sins get brought back up.
Mhm.
Rita Chatterton,
Yep.
the Ring Boys. Linda is tried so very hard to distance herself, not just from Vince, but from WWE with their political endeavors.
Right. Ooh,
And
good pun. Endeavors.
yeah, multiple. Good luck on your future endeavors.
Mhm.
Endeavor TKO.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, yeah.
that was totally unintentional, but I'm the man.
Yes. An
Yeah.
unintended pun. Um, by the way, I do wanna say this. I don't just kind of for the record, though, just understanding the complexity of human relationships. I don't actually. JD from NY went really hard. I don't quite like. I don't fault any of these people who did go. I
I
understand.
don't.
I because they always talk about how they had kind of a father son. A lot of these guys or women had a mother son,
You,
not mother son. I'm sorry, daughter father. What the hell am I saying? Relationship. Like Vince was kind of a father figure. I understand feelings get complicated and all
I
of
think
that. So
it's,
I'm not mad at anybody for
I
going.
think it's telling, though, that the only major women's talent that went is Maurice.
Yeah, she's not even there. Like when was the last time we even saw her on television?
Well,
But it'd be weird
Mrs.
for
and
the
Ms.
what's that?
Mrs. and Ms. You didn't watch that show?
I never watched it. I was aware of it. I didn't watch it.
I didn't either.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, but I don't hold anything against anybody who wants to go. I just ugh, to be around a
I,
guy like that.
I look, some of these guys, Vince, you know, saved them in a way.
Oh yeah. And Bruce
Like,
Pritchard, dude, I don't blame Bruce for going, you know?
I
I don't
I
blame.
do.
Oh, you do?
I
Interesting.
I blame Bruce because Bruce, I guarantee you, and I love Bruce Pritchard. I would
Yeah.
love to meet Bruce Pritchard.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I think Bruce, all intensive intents and purposes, is a great guy. I think Bruce is a guy that is unabashedly and inexcusably loyal to Vince.
Yeah.
And I have a problem with that. And my problem with it is, one by one, everyone in Vince's inner circle is kind of dying or turning their back on him.
Yeah.
I the last one that's left that was very close to Vince is Bruce.
Mhm.
And we're, let's circle back to our statements, your statements on Penn State.
Mhm.
You don't think Bruce knows something?
Very
You
possible.
don't think Bruce Pritchard knows? And I get it. I understand it. Just like I understood Matt McQuarrie. Just like I understand the fear of coming forward
Mhm.
because you don't know. And I'm sure Bruce, who has children and a wife, he's worried about the family fallout if he comes forward. He has a successful podcast, which he's on leave from right now
Mhm.
due to a health issue. There's a lot of fallout and a lot of ramifications Bruce could face.
Yeah.
Um, but like it's like Bruce, if you know, say something.
Yeah. But in Bruce's case though, it appears that like the way the accusations and well, speaking specifically in terms of Janelle Grant, the way the accusations have proceeded against Vince, it doesn't seem like Bruce is even if Bruce does know something, I agree with you. If he knows something, he should say something. But it doesn't seem like it's like Bruce has anyone ever subpoenaed Bruce for to sit down and talk to a lawyer? I mean,
No,
so
he
maybe
wasn't subpoenaed for the steroid trials.
yeah,
Rita Chatterton, the Ring Boys. He hasn't been subpoenaed for any of it. I don't believe.
maybe he's been able to successfully avoid all of that. So maybe he doesn't know. Maybe he hasn't been exposed to anything. I don't know. But you're right to be suspicious. I agree with you there.
I mean, as close as Bruce was to the man.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good
I
point.
mean,
That's a
a
very good
lot of,
point.
and you know what? I've said this before, I'll say it again. Fuck Vince Russo. Vince Russo can say all he
Amen.
wants that Bruce Pritchard wasn't close to Vince. I'm going to take the word of Jim Cornette, who has said Bruce was there. And it proved that I'm not just a Bruce Pritchard nut hugger. I don't believe that Bruce didn't know about the Montreal screw job.
Oh, you don't believe him on that?
I do not. I think Bruce knew.
Hmm.
I don't think Bruce knew everything. I think
Okay.
Bruce knew something was going to happen.
Oh, well, but that's not the same of knowing exactly what was going to happen.
I think he knew that. I think Vince, hey, pal, no way does Brett leave with the title.
Yeah, but that's not the same as
But
him
that's
knowing
not
everything.
the same as saying I didn't know, playing dumb on it either.
Well, yeah, but he could have known, like Vince could have said that to him, and then Bruce said, "Okay," but still been shocked at what actually transpired. I don't know.
I don't know. I find it hard that Bruce didn't know, that Pat Patterson didn't know. I find it hard that all these inner circle guys in that had no idea.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, like if Jim Cornette knew, and Cornette has said he knew,
right. Yeah,
if Jim Cornette knew,
yeah,
then and Briscoe is teaching Sean how to get out of locked holds.
yeah, yeah.
Briscoe knew.
Briscoe knew. Yeah, we know that.
Like, what? Why wouldn't Bruce and Pat Patterson know? That's never felt right to me.
Well, Bruce said on his podcast, because I remember listening to that episode of Something to Wrestle. Bruce said that it was that Vince told him, because Bruce claimed that he was mad at Vince. I don't know if you ever listened to that episode.
I did.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I've listened to almost every episode of Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard.
Yeah, so Bruce claimed that he was actually mad at Vince for not cluing him in, and Vince said, "Well, I did it to protect you, because if you knew, then the boys would be mad at you. Everyone would be mad at you. Because I didn't want any of the heat to get on you," which to me sounded credible. I mean, that could very well
That
be.
yeah, it does sound credible. I just I have a hard time believing with how close that inner circle was
Yeah,
that something was that he just didn't have a single solitary clue
right,
some shit was about to go down. Same
right.
with Jim Ross. I've never believed that the VP of Talent Relations had no idea.
Really? Hmm.
Yeah, no, I have less belief in Jim Ross than I do in Bruce Pritchard.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I can almost buy what Bruce is selling. I
Yeah,
can't buy what JR is selling.
yeah,
And I love Jim Ross,
yeah, yeah.
and I will always love Jim Ross. It doesn't shake anything about Jim Ross. I
Right,
just wish he'd come clean on it because
right.
there's no way. There's no way you're not going to let Jim Ross know because Jim Ross is going to have to deal with all the boys who want to leave.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
he
yeah,
had to. I mean, what Jim Ross is going to have to sit there and deal with all this and be like, well, listen, bud, got a contract.
yeah,
We'll tie this up in court. Better come back. We'll give you the night off. But,
yeah.
that type of deal. So, I don't know. That's yeah. But back to the original point, I think these guys know something, even if it's a little thing. Like, yeah, I looked over Vince's shoulder. Well, I looked over his shoulder and saw nudes of Janelle Grant on his phone.
Hmm.
Even something like that that could help.
Yeah,
Just say it. Just
yeah,
let it out.
yeah, yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Anything else on Vince's birthday party?
I think to villainize the people that went is wrong.
I
They
agree.
went.
Yeah, yeah.
Now if they came out after it and said Janelle Grant is a lying skank, that's a problem.
Right.
But they
Yeah.
didn't.
No, of course not. Of course not. All right. Well, we can. And by the way, so we know who was definitely not there was Stephanie McMahon. She's back. She was not there. Let's see. So our next in the undercard. Let's see here. Let me get a picture here. I have a picture of these guys. Oh, what the heck is going on here? Sorry, I'm having a little bit of a problem here. I wanted to get a picture of Oh, maybe I won't be able to. That's weird. Oh, I know why. So a couple of injuries. Here we go. I figured it out. A couple of injuries
You sure?
in AEW.
Sure about that? Got it figured out?
I think so. I hope so. There we go. A couple of injuries in AEW there. Swerve Strickland and Tony. I almost said Tony Khan. Will Ospreay. Two of their most valuable players, in my opinion.
I would say if you're going to do Mount Rushmore of current AEW stars, there are two of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, for me, it would be them two, MJF, and man, it's tough to go with the fourth one. I would have to probably say just because you have to have a fourth, Moxley.
Yeah. And these guys are going to be out for a while, it sounds like.
It's probably going to be 6 to 8 months for Swerve and indeterminate for Osprey.
Yeah. Wow.
Because Osprey has a neck injury and necks are tricky. They didn't even really want him to work the show,
Yeah.
Forbidden Door, and he said, "No, I'm going to. It's in London."
Yeah.
He did. Yeah, I don't know. I just think with AEW, it's you have your highest, you have one of your highest pay-per-view gates of all time. Probably their most overall successful pay-per-views, if we're being
Hmm.
brutally honest.
Yeah.
And now two of the major players are out. Um, man, it's tough.
Yeah. That reminds me too. Just, I mean, obviously there isn't really a lot to say about it other than it sucks for these guys. Two of the best in AEW. Did you happen to see Jake Hager's interview um on Ariel Helwani about his time in AEW? Oh, not
I
Ariel
did.
Helwani. I'm sorry. The other guy,
Chris Van Vliet.
Chris Van Vliet. Thank you. Yeah. Did you see that?
I did.
Yeah, I haven't watched the whole thing yet, but he had a lot of unflattering things to say about Tony Khan. I was kind of surprised.
Yeah,
Uh,
you
maybe I shouldn't have
know,
been, but
it, it's just it's easy to say the shit when you're no longer there.
oh, of course.
Everyone says their former job is the worst job they ever had. I mean, look, but you took the paychecks when you were there.
Yeah. He seems like
Um,
he's done anyway though, right? Because my thought was, wow, he's really burning some bridges here when I'm watching this, but I also very strongly got the impression he's done with wrestling. He's not going to be looking to go back to either major
well,
promotion,
he
so
should be done because he's not good. Um, like you know, yeah, I read his comments, and to me, it's like, well, way to jump on that bandwagon,
yeah,
and then way to backtrack when you're confronted by two guys that could probably legitimately whoop your ass.
right.
Like, yeah, like when I saw that he immediately put his foot in his mouth when FTR posted screenshots of the
Oh,
text
yeah.
they had,
Yeah.
like to me, he lost credibility. If like if he would have just been a dick about it, that's like, yeah, all right, I misspoke. Do something about it.
Right.
But oh, I'm so sorry, man. Yeah, I said I think, and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. How am I going to believe anything else you said? Because you said I think quite a bit in that whole interview. Like I can sit here and say I think the sky is blue, and then if someone says, "Well, Eric, by gob, it's green today," I can be, "I said I think."
Right. Yeah. I did
I'm
think it
not
was
wrong.
I did think it was interesting. He started a trucking company and it's called Hall and Oates. Holland Oates. And I have a couple thoughts about that. One is it's cool if he's a Hall and Oates fan. I appreciate that. I love Hall and Oates. who recently settled their dispute, by the way, through arbitration. But the other thing is, though, that might be, I don't know, you can only push when it comes to intellectual property and trademarking and so forth, you can only push that so far. And I guarantee you there's probably already other businesses that have used that name, Hall and Oates. So I don't know, but I thought that was interesting.
I mean, hey, do you?
Mhm.
I can't find enough of a give a damn about Jack Hager
Oh, well, for a
to
second, I thought you were going to say I can't go for that. And I was going to commend you for that too, as well as your earlier pun.
no.
Okay.
I can't.
Say it
I
isn't
can't.
so, Eric.
Yeah. Here we go. The
Mm,
puns are rolling.
Well, those are song title references, actually.
Oh well, whatever. I mean, if we're going to reference musicians, AC/DC performed at Vince McMahon's 80th birthday party as well.
What?
Yeah, they were there.
Are you serious? Or are you kidding? What?
I am dead serious.
They did? AC/DC was they performed
At
there?
Vince McMahon's, well, they were at the party.
Oh, I didn't know. Really? I didn't know about this. I had no idea.
Yeah, featured Kid Rock, AC/DC.
I'm not surprised Kid Rock was there, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you're going to celebrate a guy who poo poos on a chick, I would think Kid Rock could be at the top of the list.
He's your guy, yeah. Wow.
Live performances from Kid Rock and AC/DC.
Weird. I had no idea. I had no idea. Okay, well,
Well, maybe it's a warning to all the future female employees of his new company. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.
I can't go for that. All right. Should we move on to the main event?
Oh God, this just feels like it's been a negative show.
I
And
wasn't going to
now,
oh no,
now
well, we could do something positive for a moment. I mean, there's Stephanie McMahon, our goddess, our VPN goddess. Stephanie McMahon, there she is. Look at her.
this is what we're relegated to.
Look at her.
A
God,
woman that advocates for gray area piracy.
that's my kind of woman right there. Gray area
I
piracy. I love it.
gray. I think I'm going to trademark that quote.
Mhm. Gray area
Gray
piracy.
area piracy.
Mhm. Mhm. Well, now I do not have a picture of Rajah Jackson prepared because I don't want to look at him. But I got a lot to say, and I bet you do too. This whole Knox Pro, is that the name of the promotion? Knox Pro.
Who gives a shit? Outlaw mud show, flea market, trailer park. Just how the only reason Brandon Williams, one of my best friends, was having a phone conversation with me briefly before the show. Before the show.
Mm-hmm.
And he said the only reason WWE was involved with this show is Rikishi.
Oh, of course, yeah. We should clarify that though for people who don't know. So WWE has their ID program. What is it called officially? Do you know?
WWE ID.
This is called WWE ID. So there are these wrestling schools around the country that they are affiliated
Promotion.
with promotions. Well, aren't they also wrestling schools and promotions?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That are affiliated with WWE. And I had actually forgotten that even existed. It's like they announced it and it was a big deal. And then I think within a week, it just fell out of my brain until this happened. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. Which, by the way, I should have remembered because there's a school in New Hampshire that is part of this, the program. But yeah, so well, I almost don't know where to start, and maybe you don't either. I'm just going to throw some
I
thoughts out
don't
here.
either. I was actually like, how do we even unpack all this? And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to depend on the professionalism of Matt Connerton to
Okay.
guide us through this.
Okay.
So I should have told you that before the show,
No, it
but
doesn't matter. I like the spontaneity.
I'm
No, I
just
do.
like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just the talent. I show up, I talk, I leave. That is it. I'm just going to sit here and be like, Matt,
No,
all on you, buddy.
no, Well, first of all, so I assume anyone who is consuming this content has seen what happened, knows the story. So we probably don't have to go through the entire story. But I'm very curious. I believe that. So first of all, Rajah Jackson has not been arrested, correct? Unless something has
No,
changed
he
that I'm not
has
aware of,
not.
which is
He has
shocking to
not.
me. Which is
Uh,
shocking to me.
look, I'm not. And here's why. You, it- this is going to be very, very, very tough for charges to stick
You
on
think
him.
so?
I do. And here is why. Because you you're going to be circumventing what happens in a show with legal action. And I guarantee you, the DA that has this case more than likely knows nothing about professional wrestling.
Right.
More than likely has no idea about terms like work, shoot, receipt,
Yeah.
none of that. I guarantee you they're looking at the first way to say, oh, it was a part of the show. No charges.
I think that I disagree, and here's why. You've got all this video leading up to, and I know some of the video is these morons at this promotion who were. I mean, everybody involved in this looks really bad leading up to what happened, but there's also all this video because Rajah Jackson was streaming this on Kick. There's all this video of him talking about, I'm going to kick his ass. I'm going to get on him. I'm going to start punching. I'm not going to stop. He's getting ginned up by everybody in his little Kick stream, encouraging him to beat the shit out of the guy. At one point, he hears from his dad, or maybe at multiple points, he hears from his dad, Rampage Jackson, who's telling him, oh, you look like a bitch. You let a professional wrestler do that to you, this and that. So I think there's a lot there that shows premeditation. And if the DA looks at that video, he's going to see Rajah Jackson on top of an unconscious
I,
man repeatedly striking him in the head. I don't see how they cannot charge him with, and I will say this, attempted murder. I believe he
well,
should be charged with attempted murder. That's my position.
I don't. I think that's a bit steep.
I'll tell you
Um,
why I think that. You know why I think that? Because I was thinking about this. Okay,
I
do they?
think it's felonious assault.
Right. I had this. I went through this in my own brain trying to figure that out for myself. The conclusion that I arrived at is it's attempted murder, and this is my logic. Because if no one had pulled him off, and they were slow in doing so, right? But if no one had intervened and he had just continued to strike him, which he was not going to stop unless someone intervened, no doubt in my mind, Psycho Stu would be dead. He was on his way to killing him. And that is why, in my mind, it absolutely is attempted murder. If no one had intervened, he would have killed him. There's not a single doubt in my mind. Psycho Stu would be dead.
and
That Rajah Jackson would have murdered him right in front of everybody. So
here's
I think
what
it's
I'm gonna.
attempted murder. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you. Here, you're. I. You make a lot of great points, Matt. Here's one thing that you missed.
Mm-hmm.
There is an argument, and it's a very valid one. If Raja Jackson's legal team wants to make it,
Mm-hmm.
what mental state was Raja Jackson in? Raja Jackson, it's documented, had a concussion
Sure.
when this occurred. When you are concussed, you do not act rationally. You
Right.
can have sudden mood swings. You can have various issues.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, now, does this excuse what he did? No. The videos prove that he was cognizant of what was going on and what he was doing.
Right.
But I think that the concussion, you also have to prove that the concussion had nothing to do with his actions. And I think that's
Mm,
very hard to do because any doctor. is going to say, and I can tell by your look, you don't like it, but you have to agree it's a valid point. Any doctor is going to say, yes, his behavior could have been a result of a concussion.
Here's where I disagree. I mean, I think that's probably the defense's best shot. I think that would be their best defense. And I
There's
understand what you're
also
saying.
another defense that you were missing out on here.
Well, we can get to that one, but let me just say about this. I think that's probably his best defense. But the thing is, though, where I disagree, and neither of us are lawyers, and so I don't claim to know a lot
Right.
about the law. But I'm skeptical. You said that in order for them to prove intent to murder, they have to prove that the concussion had nothing to do with this. I think the burden of proof, I would tend to shift the burden of proof. I think it would have to be more the other way. They would have to the defense would have to prove. I mean, they'd have to get some experts in there who are willing to say, yes, the concussion may have caused him to strike this man in the face more than an unconscious man in the face more than 20 times.
Not that the
I disagree with where you're placing the burden of proof, I think is what I'm trying to say.
And I get that. I'm saying that not the action, not the assault.
Yeah.
I think what they should try to do is you just have to put a reasonable doubt into the jury. You don't have to prove your case. If you have enough evidence that you can say Roger Jackson had a concussion, that's already been proven. Concussions can cause erratic behavior, sudden mood swings, violent outbursts. That's already been proven. Now, can you tie a concussion to Raja Jackson? That's going to be up to them to do. And I think the other thing you're forgetting is the intoxication aspect. Psycho Stu, it is heavily rumored all the workers were drinking before the show.
Oh, that's not rumored. They're on video. They're hanging out, having some beers. Yeah. Oh no,
Now,
they're all irresponsible idiots. All these people. I'm not debating that at all. Yeah.
now, with that being said, that also has to be looked at and considered. Was Raja Jackson intoxicated? Now we're getting into if you already have a concussion and you're drinking, what does that do? What's it do when the boss, the promoter of Knockax is on tape saying, really lay into him, really give it to him, get your receipt.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the guy who's running the show.
Oh yeah. Oh, everybody. There's a lot of blame to go around. Yeah.
And I'm not saying you, I'm saying in general, people just want to put this all at Raja Jackson's feet.
Oh no, a lot of
And
people are defending him. I mean, hell, Mark Henry blamed it
I'm
all on
not
Psycho
for
Stu.
defending him. Like Mark Henry, Rob Van Dam, and Chael Sonnen are idiots for blindly defending Raja Jackson. What he did was inexcusable. But I'm also going to say, if you watch the footage, and when I first watched the footage, I don't know why I noticed this, but my attention goes to it every time. When you watch the footage, watch Raja Jackson. He gets in the ring and pauses briefly and looks around. Not just looks at Psycho Stu, looks around.
Yeah.
I firmly believe that he was looking, is everyone in their spots? Is everyone where they said they were going to be when this goes down?
Okay.
and so they can pull me off. Because AJ Manna, one of the wrestlers in one of the videos that has been unceremoniously fired now and can't get a booking
Yeah.
because he's being blamed for this as well, and unjustly. I don't see any blame he has in this.
What is he being blamed for exactly that you object to? What do you mean?
They're saying that he gassed up Raja Jackson.
Didn't he?
And he
Or do I have him?
Not as much as the promoter did.
Oh yeah, but he was still a part of it though. Wait, who's the cowboy guy? AJ's the cowboy guy, right?
Yes, he says give him a receipt.
Oh yeah, fuck that guy. All these people at this place, this Knox Pro Wrestling, they're like, I'm watching that video and I'm watching their behavior like leading up to this, and I'm thinking I wouldn't trust these people to run a kiosk at the mall selling keychains, let alone a wrestling promotion. Like these people are all fucking drunken, irresponsible morons who, because Rikishi's name is on the thing, they get to be a part of WWE ID. All these people are just fucking idiots.
I mean, what pro wrestler isn't going to tell a guy to get a receipt?
Well, he should have made it clear what he meant. He doesn't use the word receipt correctly. Anyone, like, I've never spent a single day in my life in the wrestling business, but I know what receipt means in this context. A receipt is if, you're in the ring or something, somebody tags you, somebody potatoes you a little too hard, you kind of let them know, you hit them back, you get a receipt. Not violently assault somebody.
You can't, you're sitting there putting this at AJ Manna's feet that he knew Raja Jackson was going to go out there and beat the bejesus out of Psycho Stu.
But if he's but shouldn't he have had a conversation with Raja Jackson? Like, just so we're clear, you're going to get in there. You're going to do, here's how you do a working punch, Raja. Here's how you do a working punch. Maybe.
No. That isn't on him. As someone who's worked backstage at a pro wrestling, at an indie show.
Yeah.
That is on the promoter. AJ Manna shouldn't have said receipt. Fine.
Right, yeah.
But to put it all at his feet,
well, no, not all on him.
Can you sit here and say he deserved to be fired from his day job like he was?
Yes, if he can't communicate something as simple as someone who's not even a professional wrestler, if he can't, who's going to be getting physically involved, and he can't articulate to this guy, hey, here's what's going to happen, here's what you're going to do, here's what you're not going to do, here's how we're going to go through the whole thing. All he says to him is, yeah, get in there and give him his fucking receipt, and if anyone tries to interfere, I'll get in there too, I'll fuck them up, or whatever he said. That's what he's on video saying. No, AJ Manna's an irresponsible fuckhead, and he does deserve to be fired. He has no place in the wrestling business, Mr. fucking cowboy idiot. No, he deserves to be out.
I'm not saying wrestling business.
Yeah.
I'm saying his typical 40-hour-a-week job he has been fired from.
Oh yeah, I don't want to see the guy, although I can kind of understand, like, his boss might be looking at this going,
but he's not the one who did the assault.
I know.
Like, are you going to fire someone? Are you going to fire someone for giving Billy Ray Jim Bob a firecracker, and he holds a firecracker in his hand and blows it off?
I agree with you in principle, but I can also see how an employer might look at him and say, this guy has really bad judgment. Do I really want this person working for me? Because he's kind of.
To be fair, AJ Manna said, I said what I said in character, which very well might have been in character, because my understanding is the storyline was him and Psycho Stu had a feud going and all this other jazz. So it makes sense that he sits here and he says, hey, go get your fucking receipt. Take care of business. Now,
that's a very valid point. Now, if that's true, if what he's saying is true, and he was saying that in character, and hopefully there was a separate conversation,
which should have been done with the promoter.
I agree with you there. Jackson. I agree with you there. So if what AJ Mann is saying is true, then that does change things. I concede that. Yes.
Yeah, like my understanding, and if I'm wrong and anyone's listening, you can say I'm wrong. I've said it before, I'll say it again.
Yeah.
Please do. My understanding is Psycho Stu, AJ Mana, they have a feud. They're working a feud. It's an angle, whatever the fuck. AJ Mana sees this as an opportunity. Holy shit, I can get our feud over even more in this mud show, sideshow, circus freak bullshit.
Mhm.
And he decides, I'm gonna be on video and tell him to get his fucking receipt. And when he does, it's gonna get Psycho Stu over as the face because I had this trained professional fighter beat his ass, not
And
knowing that Raja Jackson is on Kick, saying how he's gonna beat the bejesus out of this guy.
and AJ Mana is doing this assuming that the promoter has talked to Raja Jackson.
Which the promoter should have done. You know who Raja.
You make a very good point. You make a
You
very good
know
point.
who Raja Jackson is here.
Yeah.
Raja Jackson is not a worker. That is said in the video before the apology.
Yeah.
This guy ain't a worker.
Yeah.
So why in the hell are you gonna have him go in the ring?
Well, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, everything leading up to it was fucked up.
without having a conversation?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, fuck, Psycho Stu's probably like, more than likely, I'm having this killer match. All of a sudden, this Jack Dick gets in the ring, slams him down, and beats the holy hell out of him.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and if I were in someone asked me, well, why didn't AJ Mana get in and stop it? You're torn at that point. You ain't gonna. You don't want to break kayfabe.
Well, yeah,
You don't want to jump in there and save him.
but you're watching a man being pummeled to death. I mean, potentially,
I mean,
almost.
You can notice that there might be some hesitation on your end, like, oh, was this something worked out with Psycho Stu and Raja and the promoter, and the boys weren't clued in? Are they trying to do a worked shoot?
Yeah.
That's the problem with everyone wanting to shoot, is the boys are now like, are they trying to work a shoot?
Yeah.
Are they trying to get something over as a shoot? Well, I don't want to mess this up. I don't want to miss a payday.
Right. Right. My position ultimately, and I understand your concussion argument, but that aside, I will just say this: I think everything was handled very poorly. Even Psycho Stu with the beer can to the head and everything. I think everything.
Yeah, that made no damn sense. Why are you even doing that?
Because it was obvious. I think he was drunk. I mean, to me, he looked intoxicated. So I think everybody, including, and I don't want to blame the victim, but I think everybody, including Psycho Stu, just handled everything terribly leading up to it. But ultimately, none of that justifies what Raja Jackson did.
I'm not saying Raja Jackson shouldn't have
charges
pressed on him in significant jail time.
Yeah.
I'm saying I think attempted murder is a stretch, because then you're going down into that Pandora's box rabbit hole of mental stability that can come up with concussions and all that jazz. I think what it is felonious assault, and I think he should have his state athletic commission license revoked nationwide.
Yes.
I think he needs to serve jail time.
Yes, agreed.
I think this promotion needs to be shut the fuck down.
Oh, I think it's already happening. Yeah. I think they're done. How do they continue after this? I think they're done.
But to sit here and try to scapegoat AJ Mana.
You make a powerful argument. I'm not convinced, but I'd like to see the video of I mean, he should have had a separate conversation with him just to make sure he was cool, because
I mean, but then again, we're crossing that line of, AJ Mana's responsibility versus the responsibility of the promoter.
But what does AJ Mana like? Has he addressed? What has he addressed about this exactly? Like, did he? So he claims that video was in character. Did he ever say anything about a separate conversation, or that he knew that the promoter had a separate conversation or anything?
AJ Mana conducts, this is from the Ring Report. AJ Mana conducts a lengthy and profanity laced interview telling his side of the story.
I saw a part of it, but I didn't see the whole thing. Although then again, I might have. Where is that from? Because that might not be the same clip that I saw. I might have seen a different
I
clip.
sent you a short clip of the interview.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out.
I will send you the article I'm looking at right now.
You may have swayed me on AJ Mana. I'm open to that.
Here you go. You have it now. I'm scrolling through.
By the way, regarding about what he should be charged with, it's quite possible, because this happens all the time. It's quite possible they do charge him with attempted murder, and then it gets pleaded down, or they go for a lesser charge. Jury gives them. It's different in every state. I don't know how it works in California. Well, I don't know how it works in any of the states, actually, because I've never been in any kind of, I've never pummeled a man half to death, but so I've never been in that situation. But so I know in every state it works a little bit differently, but it may start out, he may initially be charged with attempted murder, and then it gets pleaded down. A deal is made, something.
Yeah, I mean, look, and here's the thing. Is the video is over an hour long.
Yeah.
AJ Mana's in it for 8 minutes.
Yeah.
He had the least. His point is, I had the least amount of involvement in this shit show.
Yeah.
However, he's lost his primary job. He's lost all of his bookings.
Yeah.
And yeah.
He doesn't do himself any favors with. By the way, I saw that is the video that I saw, but I think I just didn't watch the whole thing. I'll have to go back and give that another look. He doesn't do himself any favors with that. He should really just not say anything. Let this play out.
Well, no, because that's what the promotion told him to do.
No. I'm sorry. Just to clarify, I just mean he shouldn't say anything publicly, but he should. I'm glad you brought that up, because the promotion told them, don't talk to law enforcement without talking to us first, and that's not good. Not good.
That's obstruction of justice.
Yes.
Yeah. That's, and then you have this Danger Pro Wrestling, another WWE ID Wrestling Federation.
I didn't know they were WWE ID too.
Yes, they are.
Holy shit.
WWE ID needs to come up with a better vetting process.
Oh my God. So for people who don't know, so this Danger Pro Wrestling, they announced that they had booked Raja Jackson for a show, right? And what are they saying now? They backpedaled, and now they're saying it was a publicity stunt?
Yep, it was a publicity stunt, because the host venue came out and said that, Jesus Christ, said, we do not approve you booking him. We had no idea you were going to book him. He isn't allowed in our building.
Wow.
And then they're like, it was a publicity stunt to sell tickets.
And a pretty distasteful one. Yeah, WWE, they might just have to rethink this whole ID program, because
a better vetting process. What the hell?
Yeah, wow.
This is like setting up Neverland Ranch to be a child care.
Yeah.
What the hell are we doing?
So what do you think of my scenario, though? They charge him with attempted murder, but it ends up being felonious assault in the end.
I think as much as you made many good points.
Thank you.
I don't think they start there. I think they start with felonious assault and work their way down.
Okay.
They do not want this to go to trial. They do not want this to go to court. I think Raja Jackson ends up serving a year, maybe under.
Oh God, I hope it's more than that.
And he's responsible for Psycho Stu's medical bills and emotion and damages,
Yeah.
which damages covers a wide variety
Mm-hmm.
of things in this case.
Yeah.
Emotional, yeah, just yeah.
And he's gonna sue. I mean, I assume he's gonna sue the hell out of anybody he can. Like, not he'll sue Knox Pro Wrestling out of existence, I would imagine.
He might not be able to.
You don't think so?
When you The big thing is what waivers did Psycho Stu sign? What waivers has?
It's not going to matter. I don't think. I don't think whatever he signed is not going to matter when you've been assaulted
It
like
might
that.
depending. It might depending on the state athletic commission's rules. Again, we haven't heard
Mm.
anything from the California State Athletic Commission on this.
No, and that's also shocking. Like,
Well, they're probably sitting here trying to sort through all this shit.
yeah,
Like, I would almost have to guess that this show was sanctioned. I would hope this show was
I
sanctioned.
don't
It
know
wouldn't
how it
shock.
works in California. I don't know.
I would hope that if you're associated with WWE, it's sanctioned. Which, given the track record of WWE ID, I don't know if it was sanctioned.
Right, right.
But I guarantee you, the state athletic commission is there. I would say the athletic commission is looking into this more than the DA is.
May very well be the case. I can't believe
I
Raja
mean,
Jackson has not been arrested.
there's a lot to unpack here. A lot to unpack.
So what did you I'm curious who do you think had the worst take? I say Mark Henry.
Mark Henry. Yeah, it was Mark. I
Mar-
think close second is. I think distant second. Sorry, is Chael Sonnen.
yeah, his take is pretty bad.
Yeah, especially as a guy that's never worked pro wrestling.
Yeah. Mark
And then I
and
think Rob Van Dam gets a pass because when your brain's bong water and seeds, you say stupid shit.
yeah, I've checked out some of RVD's content and he just seems like a CTE addled idiot. Like he's nothing he says is coherent or
Well,
cohesive in any way.
he's gonna be DVD pretty soon.
What do you mean?
Daddy Van Dam.
Oh, he's having a kid?
He's having two.
Oh, God help them. Twins, huh?
Yep.
Oh, that's too bad.
Him and Katie Forbes.
Oh, God. But yeah, Mark Henry's.
Why? That's so mean, Matt. Congratulations to the budding couple.
No. Um, God, those kids are going to be stoned before they're a month old.
They got stoned off the semen made to create them. What do you mean?
Probably.
It's a wonder that the semen found the way to the egg.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wrong turn at Albuquerque.
They're gonna have the munchies right out of the chute. Mark Henry's take made me angry. Like I felt my blood just boiling because Mark Henry, after watching his take on it, Mark Henry seems like the kind of guy who, if a woman is sexually assaulted, says, well, what was she wearing? I mean, he goes out of his way to bury Psycho Stu, and has zero criticism for Raja Jackson and acts like it's not even a big deal. I was horrified. Mark Henry's a piece of shit, in my opinion. I was furious watching this mushed mouth idiot on TMZ just talk about, well, what kind of an example for an army veteran is Psycho Stu, and implying that he got what he had coming to him, and he had nothing negative to say about what Raja Jackson did. I was mortified by this guy. Could not believe it. What do you think?
I don't know if I can follow up that very strong take.
I know it's strong. It might seem a little stiff, but that's just how I felt. I was like, wow, what a piece of shit. that's what kept going through my mind as I'm listening to him talk. I was like, wow. I have no respect for Mark Henry. Zero.
Look, I will say Henry and Van Dam and Sonnen, all three blame the promotion, which is 100% accurate. However, the wheels fall off once you start defending actions.
Oh yeah, Chael Sonnen was talking about what a great guy Rajah Jackson is. Oh, he's such a good guy. Oh, I love him so much.
I mean,
Great
I'm
young
sure
man,
people.
polite.
I mean, hell, I'm sure people said the same thing about Jeffrey Dahmer as well. But
Yes, I'm sure they did.
you know,
Also,
such a
Maven.
quiet, yeah. Don't even start on that sack of shit. Look, fuck Maven Huffman. Who gives a shit what fucking Maven Huffman has to say about the fucking wrestling business in 2025? Who gives a fuck what Maven Huffman had to say about the wrestling business in 2005? Who gave a fuck what Maven Huffman had to? Fuck Maven Huffman. You didn't even earn your spot in professional wrestling. You competed on a show. You didn't even pay any dues. Your competition on the show was a guy who had a hole in his shorts and his ball sack was hanging out.
Oh, I remember that.
Jesus Christ. Fuck Maven Huffman.
Well, I've actually enjoyed some of his content, but I will just say,
no, I don't enjoy any of his content because you know what? That grifting son of a bitch, he sits here and goes on CNN and kisses Vince Russo's ass when these allegations, Vince McMahan came up, and you couldn't. Yeah, people are like, oh, Maven Huffman was close to Vince. Vince couldn't even spell his name without the accountant signing the checks.
Yeah, I don't think
Maven Huffman was as close to Vince as I am.
Maven referred to what Rajah Jackson did as borderline assault. He was kind of.
I refer to Maven Huffman as a borderline professional wrestler.
Whenever I think of Maven, do you know what I think of? I think of
Ric Flair burying him on Raw when he said, "I've had more women than you've had matches."
Well, when I think of Maven, I think of his speech the night that he won Tough Enough, and he gave this speech where he was trying to be gracious. Do you remember this? Like he was trying to be. I think he was trying to come off as gracious. He was like, "I just want to thank everyone who came before me," and he kept saying it like all the legends who came before me in this business. But it came off really weird because it was almost like he couldn't
name the legends.
It was so bizarre because it's like he sounds like a guy who's already accomplished something in the business, and now he's like thanking everyone who came before him. It's like it was very bizarre.
No. Look, Maven Huffman is nothing more than a clout chasing peckerhead. This guy gets on his podcast, and it's like every episode he has a new best friend in the business. Me and Randy are tight. Me and Rob are tight. And it's like, these guys don't know you from the busted condom that conceived your ass.
All right, now, if a genie offered you a choice, either Rajah Jackson could be charged with murder, or for some unforeseen reason, Maven Huffman could be charged with murder. Who do you pick?
Ooh. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. Because Maven Huffman's crime is that he somehow weaseled a decade-long pro wrestling career out of being an absolute sack of shit. Rajah Jackson made a serious mistake for 1 minute. I mean, so did Maven Huffman's parents when they had sex without contraceptive.
Yes.
Best part of him trickled down his mama's thigh.
Oh my goodness.
You fuck him. I don't even think Maven deserves. So I'm going to go with Rajah Jackson being charged with murder.
Now, I'm curious, who do you think had the best take? Is there anyone whose take you thought was really good? I think JBL had a really good take.
I think Bubba Ray had a good take on it.
I haven't seen his yet. I'll have to check it
Bubba
out.
Ray's was essentially it's at the feet of everyone.
Yeah.
You know, uh I I'm trying to look for takes. I had this saved actually.
JBL's was my personal favorite because he really went out of his way to say, look, ultimately Rajah Jackson is at fault here. And there's no excusing it. So I felt like his take kind of mirrored mine the closest, even though he did say, yes, everyone is at fault. And I think so too. But although, like I said, you might have swayed me a little bit on AJ Mana. I might have been too tough on him. I'm gonna have to
I
ponder
think
that.
in the realm of things that in the realm of blame,
Mm-hmm.
AJ Mana deserves like 2% of
Mm.
this.
Yeah.
Like, guy was in character.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
No, that
mean,
makes sense.
and look, if you're the promoter and you're running this shit show, look, devil's advocate time. I suppose you could say that AJ Mana should have given the climate of that promotion check and been like, kid, you know what the fuck you're doing?
Yeah.
Maybe he should have done that.
Yeah.
But everyone's an armchair quarterback. You
Yeah.
can sit here and say, I would have done it. Yeah, you got your own match you're working
Yeah.
towards.
Yeah.
Why am I going to worry about something that's a management decision when I'm just a worker? If you
Shit.
work in a fast food restaurant, are you going to worry about the drawer being off if you just emptied the trash for the entire shift?
Right. Right.
No.
Yeah. Hmm.
But yeah, I'm trying to find a couple takes here.
Um. Like I said, I think JD from NY had probably he had my favorite take on it, and I think JBL would be number two. But I like what JBL had to say about it.
JBL, I think, is JBL is probably the best. I would
Yeah.
agree with that. Um, I just think some of these guys look at who they're friends with. And I'm gonna gander that all three of these guys are tight
Hmm.
with Rampage. And you know what? Sometimes friendships got to go by the
Yeah.
wayside and you got to defend
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
right. And if you're going to sit here and be like, if you're friends with Rampage, call and be like, your son fucked up. Your son shit on the business that has provided so much for me.
Yeah.
And while there are many people that are at fault here, your son, your son took advantage of the
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
And I can't condone that. I'm going to go out and defend the business that has given me everything I have. Like, yeah, and for Chael Sonnen, like, Chael, shut the fuck up. What do you know about the wrestling
Yeah.
business? You've never worked. You don't know you don't know a headlock from
Right.
hemlock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
the
was pretty
hell.
disappointed in his take.
Everyone's an expert swimmer until they jump in the
Yeah.
pool. Like, shut up. You don't know about the
Yeah.
business. You're friends with CM Punk, and I'm sure you're friends with a lot of pro wrestlers. Whoop de fucking do. Does it make you
Right.
knowledgeable?
Right. Um.
And fuck Maven Huffman. Why'd you have to bring up that sack of
uh,
shit?
uh,
Oh
well,
my
here, should we,
god.
for our viewers, for those who are watching the show instead of just listening, should we, little palate cleanser there? Our goddess of the VPN, Stephanie McMahon?
Doesn't it? That doesn't
Okay,
even
yeah, there is
cleanse
no
it.
cleansing the Maven Huffman, I guess. Uh,
Yeah. Oh my
well,
god.
anything else to say on the matter, or should we, put a pin in this one, put a button on it?
Just shame on Knock X or whatever the
Knox
hell it's
Wrestling.
called. Shame on
Yeah.
everyone. Shame on
Mhm.
Rikishi, like, and his cousin for having their names on this
Yep.
shit pile. And you know what? You anyone can sit here and argue if Psycho Stu is a legit pro wrestler, if whatever. But one thing you can't do is diminish that this man has suffered a
We don't
great
even
deal.
know. We don't even know he could have brain
And
damage and yeah.
and I mean he has been released
Yeah.
from the hospital. That broke
Yeah.
yesterday or today. But man, like if I were an MMA promotion, I wouldn't want Roger
No,
Jackson on my
no, hell
card.
no. No.
Like this is, I mean, just a tragic
Yeah.
situation. And there are many, many at fault. And I firmly believe that the ones at fault we're not going to get to the
Mm,
bottom of. I mean, it's yeah, it's going to
yeah.
be unfortunate.
Well, we shall see. We shall see what unfolds. Well, should we talk about next week? Are we going to do the main event that we originally planned for this week next week? Or
Yeah, we will do Gone but Not Forgotten. Maybe the world will be given a favor and Maven Huffman will die and oh no, it's Gone but Not Forgotten. Maven would
right,
be
right. You would
forgotten.
forget that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that he even existed. I understand. Okay, so we can.
yeah. Oh my God, I hate
I
that
did
guy.
notice that. Yes, I noticed you seem to have a distaste for him.
Oh my God.
Well, very good. So that'll be well, I'm exhausted. I don't know about you, but ooh,
I am
tough,
too. Like, I'm supposed to be getting up for a football
yeah,
game
tough
here
subject. This Raja
shortly.
Jackson.
And and now I'm just
Yeah.
like, man, yeah, even Rocky is,
Yeah, he's passed out. Yeah. Yeah.
he's done. He's got his Notre Dame jersey on, but he ain't
No,
ready for a game.
don't look
He's
like
hey,
it.
hey.
Well, thank you to everyone, of course, who watched the show live.
Yeah, yeah, he just moved his paw,
Oh,
so
okay,
he's
good,
not
good.
dead.
That's a relief. Well, I'm gonna go back and I won't
Yeah,
be
he's
watching the game, obviously, as I'm not a sports fan, but Jenny and I will continue watching Clash in Paris. I'm sure we'll talk about that next week too in
yes,
the undercard, I'm sure.
yes, 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 and yeah, I don't know. I came off pretty bad in this episode. Like I have a lot
That's
of hate.
okay.
My hatred for my hatred for
Mhm,
New
mhm.
York came out. I wish I knew a real New
Mm,
Yorker. I wish I knew a real New
yes.
Yorker. Like, I wish I knew a rock and
Mhm.
roll savior. I wish I knew someone that could teach me what makes New York
Yes.
so good.
Yes.
Because I don't see it. I don't see it at all. It, I mean, I hate New York more than
Wow.
Maven Huffman
Okay. Well,
and Vince
yes,
Russo.
yes.
But Vince Russo is from
Well,
New
very much
York, so
so,
by
bro.
proxy,
Yeah, very much so.
bro.
All right. Well, should we end with just a little more Stephanie McMahon, our VPN goddess?
Yeah, there we go. Yay, gray
All
area
right. And
piracy.
let's see. So thank you again to everybody. And of course, you can find the show and all your on your podcast platform of choice. And if you want to know more about what I'm up to, mattconnerton.com is my website. And Eric, where can people find you?
They can find me on X, ERPilcher319. They can find me on Instagram, EPilcher617. They can find me on TikTok now.
Excellent.
I am on the Ticky Tock, Ticker Tock, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
E-Rich319
Okay.
on TikTok. Yes. Yeah, I'm learning this
Yeah.
TikTok
Yeah.
stuff. I don't know. Still
Yeah.
very leery of it. The Trump told me
That's
to be
right. Now the
leery of it.
Chinese know everything about you.
I mean, I wish I knew everything about the
Ooh,
Chinese. I mean, maybe they could give
maybe
me
that'd
some
be
info.
exciting.
Like, like what is in my orange chicken from Panda Express that makes it
Mm,
so
mm,
damn good?
maybe you'll find out.
Like, does Panda Express put crack
Mm,
in their lo mein? Because it's
mm,
absolutely delightful. But why are their crab meat ragoons
mm,
less than?
mm,
Like, I like my ragoons
mhm.
folded. I don't like a lot of crust with my
I
ragoons. You
do.
know what I mean? Like when they do it like a flour and there's very little rag
Yes.
crab meat
Yes.
in the ragoon. There's more
Right.
ragoon than meat. No, I want the cream. I want it. I want when I take a bite out of it, cream cheese to just explode
Nice.
everywhere. Like
We'll make a
that's what I
TikTok
want.
video of that
And
happening,
so,
and you'll probably get a response and an explanation.
I mean, I very
Yeah.
much could.
Okay. Well, we'll have to.
Yeah. There are things that I want to know, like what happened to the
Mhm.
foldover ragoon? There are great mysteries in this world that have just they kind of keep me
Uh-huh.
up in the day because I work
Oh
at
yeah.
night.
Yeah.
So keep me up during the day. Like what happened? Why do they only bring back Count Chocula
Mm,
for
yeah.
Halloween
I don't know if the
and
Chinese can help you
Blueberry?
with that, but maybe they can. I don't know.
Well, no, I have not heard a logical explanation for this. I get their Halloween cereals, but goodness gracious, like, why can't I find the Reese's Oreos, but I can find the
Mhm.
Oreo Reese's?
Mhm.
I don't know if you know that. There are Reese's peanut butter cups with Oreo
Oh, I
cookies
didn't know
stuffed in
that.
them. And there are Oreos with Reese's filling. I found the Oreos with the Reese's filling, but I have not yet found the Reese's cup with the Oreos
Ah.
inside of them.
Mm.
I can't find the Reese's Star
Yeah.
Crunch either.
Well,
I think this is all like a great attack
it is,
against
and
me.
it's let's be honest, it's an attack against America. Yeah.
It is. It is. Where's Trump and RFK on
Mhm.
this shit?
Well, maybe someday we'll know. Someday we'll know.
I
That's a
doubt it.
Hall& Oates song. Speaking of Hall& Oates,
I
someday we'll
doubt it.
know. All right,
Are you just going to go listen to Hall and Oates after this?
listen to
I
some Hall&
think you
Oates while
should.
I think of Stephanie
I
McMahon, our VPN queen.
I don't want to know what else
That's
will
fine.
occur during that. That's
That
all.
is,
That's
yes.
all you.
Well, very good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, everybody. This has been episode 15 of Tough Bumps. Thanks, Eric.
Have a good day, everyone.